What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Carcino here, live for all my dogs. Absolutely. I don't know why, for some reason, a lot of stuff was not working the way it should be working. Hopefully, they fixed that problem, but you know, it is what it is. We did all we could on our side to try to get things working into its proper and perspective ways it should be working. But you know, as like I know, things don't necessarily go the way they should. So it's up to us to find a way to keep that moving, even when they are moved the goalposts and things are just not adding up. Right now, Irv Gotti returned to Drink Champs and looked like he returned to drinking himself, even though he did not drink on the show. He was sober. The effects from last time seem to still have an effect on his brain because Irv Gotti told so many inaccuracies and so many stories that in his mind, you know, hold on. In his mind, he believes in his story. He believes into telling his story at a way he shouldn't. It's gonna be an animal out here missing. I'm good. Yeah, I think this is some animal around my house, and it ain't gonna be good for him. Now, anyway,
Shit. And this nigga's walking up and down Sunset.
this dude, Gotti. First off, this is Irvin Lorenzo. Irvin Lorenzo is not a black man. Okay? Let's get that in factual. Let me remind people again. Irvin Lorenzo is not a black man. Though he made his money off black culture, Irvin Lorenzo is not a black man. Irvin Lorenzo is street affiliated. He's not a street guy. He's affiliated with people from the street. I'm not a street guy. I'm affiliated with some people that have been in the streets. Not that doesn't make me real or they don't make me cool. I'm not affiliated with them because I went there like, yo, I'm here. We either grew up together in that area. I was born out there. Don't mean that I was out there doing crimes. But what I don't do, and what should never be taken for granted, is the fact that I'm serious. And the thing about this man here is Irv Gotti always believed he was right in every situation. The mic is giving you feedback. Can y'all hear, or is the mic messed up? Y'all let me know. Nah, it's good over here. All right, bet. We'll keep going. Now, here's some of the main things that he talked about that I had a problem with. Okay, because most of you guys are young, so you won't know what's going on, really. He talks about situations as if it really matters. He's mad at the fact that, oh, if he was really my boy, if Fat Joe was really my guy, why would he call me a sucker? Because you a sucker. You went on Drink Champs, basically cussing this man out, or basically not cussing him out, but going after a woman who ain't there to defend herself. That's a sucker move. I mean, he can talk about it how he wants, like, he wasn't there with me and Ashanti. He don't know. It's a sucker move, Irv. Now, the thing he mad about with Dame, and he trying to act like he didn't know what Dame said. Irv Gotti knows everything that's said about him if it hits social media. He knows. He knows what Dame says. He's trying to say, I don't give a F what Dame says. Dame doesn't matter anymore. He tried to praise Tupac. He basically trying to say he blew it with signing Nas to Murder INC. Oh man. Oh God. That's why you got me here, to clarify all of this garbage that he was spewing. Let me tell you, first of all, right? He did the same thing with Mike Geronimo, man. Mike Geronimo pressed him right after he was on radio talking crazy and all this. Mike Geronimo pressed him, right? Like, dog, you ain't from the streets, dog. And he was like, no, I know. I was just really feeling myself. He gets really to a point where he feels himself. His brother Chris was about that life. These guys were fanboys. That's what they were. Fanboys. Ja Rule wasn't the worst rapper in the game. See, here's the thing. Nobody hated Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? Rule was one of the coolest dudes in the game, period. Nobody hated Ja Rule until 50 Cent told you to hate Ja Rule. That was the only time. Even when DMX was going at Ja Rule, in the middle of all that, people were still cool with Ja Rule. So now it's all of a sudden, Ja can't rap, Ja sucker, Ja this and Ja that. I'm like, Ja was at the top of the game. I mean, the top. X had left to do movies. Jay-Z fell off. Nas just was Nas. He was chilling. Ja Rule had the charts. That man closed the Source Awards with Bobby Brown. Do I do? I'm on this ride. People played that all the time. He had radio-friendly music. The J-Lo, I'm real, the way you move, the way you do. Yeah, Ja Rule was it. My mama got Ja Rule songs. I don't know how, but she got that. That a shot, that always on time. Shoot, I'm always on time. So these were hits. Ja Rule never was a problem. Okay, there was nothing wrong with Rule. Oh yeah, Bobby Brown song was the other song. Oh my God. And don't you wanna know? I said, Jesus Christ. Bobby Brown can't hit a note. My love and that loving. Don't you wanna know? So it was crazy wild. So what I'm telling you is Ja had the charts. Ja was number one. He was on top of the game. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now let's go back to his beginning. See, Dame Dash and Irv Gotti have the same problem. And that's why a lot of people don't seem to understand it. But those two have a very similar problem. And their problem is ego. They're both great at what they do, but they don't stick to their jobs. That has always been their problem. They don't know how to stick to their JO. Irv was a good producer, a great producer. He knew how a song should sound. What's up, Big Brazy? Now, he knew how the song should sound when they playing the records. He know like this, the drop should come in here, this should pop like this thing should go like that. He know, Irv know what the song should sound like. Period. So if you know what the song should sound like, that should make the transition even better. But when you got people in there that really don't get it or they don't understand it, the transition even better. Oh, look at that. But when you got people in there that really don't get it, yeah, just like I'm telling myself on the phone. Somebody's like, I ain't get a notification, so I'm trying to send it to them. But just like Dame Dash was good at his job. Dame Dash was focused and he knew how to monetize and get and transition hip hop into other areas as far as bringing in the liquor, bringing in the clothing, bringing in all these different ideals to bring revenue in. Let's that film. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make our own movies. We're gonna do our little shorts, our videos. They're gonna be like little things. Dame had the vision. They're very good at those parts. The communication part with people, they're not good at. Dame has never been good with people. It's not just being a hustler. There's plenty of people that hustle that know how to navigate in those rooms. It's a lot of people that's not as smart as Dame Dash. They're not as talented as Dame Dash. And they have more than Dame Dash. All because they played the game right. He decided, I'm going to blow the whole room up if I'm unhappy. I got to show people I'm the boss. While other people who were the boss, they were just the boss. And there's some people you just don't do that with. And one of those people just happened to be Leor Cohen. And he found out what sabotage was. He found out what bad things, but it wasn't just Leor. A lot of people ain't gonna feel bad for you because they know the person you were. You're a smart man. Your thing is ego. Irvin Lorenzo fell in love with the character Irv Gotti and believed he was a mob figure. He started to really believe, I got goons, he's one of those people that will have somebody beat up to try to prove a point that he's tough, and he's not. He put people in dangerous situations for no reason, not thinking about their kids, not thinking about their families. So when you look at Dame Dash and you look at Irv Gotti, you looked at two people. One, a person who really didn't know music was Dame. Dame knew if something's working and he can make money off of it because he's more of a hustler. Irv Gotti is a producer more than a hustler. He's more of a producer. Hustling is not really his gig at all. These are two Ivy League, went to school type guys. These are not real hardcore street guys. Dame went to a boarding school. So there's nothing wrong with them. Dame is a smart man. But that ego, he couldn't check it. His anger, his rage, and he was wronged. Of course he was wronged. And the reason why he was wronged because people they're not obligated to like you. They're not obligated to do business with you. If you don't know how to conduct yourself in those rooms, you will be ostracized. So I tell people all the time, check your behavior. Watch how you respond to people because everybody's watching. Everybody wants to take you down. It's not written in the cards that somebody has to be nice to you. Where they do that at? Feel me? Where they do that at? Feel me? Told you, I'm right. The guy on the phone is just as right as me saying.
Crossbody bag, Halloween gift. Perfect little purse can hold all your necessities. A little pocket inside with adjustable strap. Amazing.
Hold on, what the hell is that? Where's it coming from? That's what I'm like. Where is that? Thank you.
Funny crossbody bag.
And here it comes again.
Perfect little purse can hold all your
Yep. So now we're gonna address some of the comments that he made on Drink Channels. Um, Urban Lorenzo, who isn't a black man, who portrayed like he was a black man all of this time until it no longer suited or fitted him. Then he became the family man again. Bragged about cheating on his wife, so embarrassing her again on the internet the last time. Never apologized for it in his behavior. He was on this show mostly still bolstering, bragging, wanted to be on the stage on Drink Champs. Knowing Fat Joe and Nori are really cool, he wanted to express himself, right? So let's take the Tupac thing first. Everybody is like, yo, man, he was a real one for what he said about Pac. Okay. We're going to get into that. Because you know why he's taking up for Tupac? Because he went running to Suge Knight, and Suge Knight almost stole Ja Rule from him. He was like, you remind me of Pac. You're going to be a Pac. Ja Rule, when his whole career starting off, did not like it. After the first album, everybody was saying, oh, he's trying to be like Tupac, which was not on his menu. It was nothing he loved about that. He grew his hair out on the second album because he did not want to be compared to Tupac. He said, that's why I grew my hair out. Because people keep saying, I'm trying to be like Pac, and I'm not. Thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate the love and support. I don't think I did. I don't think I put that on the Patreon. We just did an explosive live stream on the Patreon, though, about Nia Long and M.A. Udoka. We might bring that to YouTube one day, but when the divorce news hit, we did a live stream, and that was pretty epic. But let's get to the gist of this, right? He's praising Tupac. Like he's basically going off talking about Pac. There was only one Pac. True, there was only one Pac. Right? Pac shot 2 cops. 2 white cops jumping on the guy. No rapper ever did that. No rapper would have done that. He's right. But he didn't do it for boasting rights. It ruined his life. But it was reactionary. Boom, he did that. Right then and there on the spot. Protecting people. This is a multi-platinum artist. Or a gold artist at that time. But still, this dude has been on the movie screen with Janet Jackson. None of that mattered at that moment in time. He thought about protecting somebody's life. He didn't do it to be cool. He didn't do it for stripes. The cops were wrong. They were violating that man. Tupac won the case because they were wrong. Well, you have a search bar on the Patreon, brother. So if you're on the Patreon, all you got to do is go to the search bar, type it in, and then most of that stuff pop up. But yeah, you got over 1,100 different things on there, especially if you VIP on the Patreon. Now, here's the kicker. Irv Gotti had DMX. He was DMX manager. So before Ja Rule, Blue, and everything else, X was the guy that got him over. DMX. Dark Man X. So DMX comes in, right? Once DMX comes through the door, everything switch. Everything changes. Once DMX enters the room, the door changes. Everybody's attitude hits the floor. Everybody think it blows up. DMX, right? This is 1996. Hit 'em Up comes out. DMX has got songs galore going at Tupac. Didn't like the man. Almost had a chance to meet him when Death Row was out there, right? When he went out to Cali in 90, what was it, 96? Yeah, right before he died. But he had made songs. X didn't like Pac because he was saying F New York. And it was, man, who is this dude? So they weren't feeling him. No. The East Coast wasn't feeling him like that. So when you start going in that realm of people not feeling artists and artists moving in a certain direction, you start seeing, well, LL, it was a little personal with Tupac and LL. Kadada was dating LL, and then Pac started dating her, and LL didn't want her no more. But Kadada was the one starting the drama between Tupac and LL. And LL had enough of Tupac talking tough on records and talking about New York, about all this craziness, like New York and all this, and I'm Pac and that. So when he made I Shot You, that record, there's two versions. See the I Shot You version that you see, it's another version on the album when it's just Keith Murray doing the hook. So the one that you hear at the end that got everybody on it, that's the remake. The original version got Keith Murray on the hook. They kept that one. There's actually two Mr. Smith's albums. The first one never came out. The one that got no airplay on it, and it had a lot of other people that no airplay hit the radio and got airplay. And people liked that. They was like, man, but it was so hard. And they was like, this kind of goes against what we want to do. So they brought in another producer and they made it more like a R&B album. My mama got that album. That's her favorite LL album. It's Mr. Smith. And I'm like, if my mama got the album, that tells you something went wrong. Especially for hip hop. It's going to make millions of dollars. If my mama got it, believe me, it's selling off the shelf. And my mama got it. I mean, my mama got that record. My mama got Hit 'Em Up by Tupac and didn't know it. We was in Hawaii. It was hilarious. She bought the How Do You Want It single because she loved that song. How do you want it? Because she listened to the radio version. And they play it on the radio. So it's 1997. My mom got How Do You Want It, right? And they got all the instrumental. They got the version on there. It's the maxi CD. And the last song on there is Hit 'Em Up. See, that's where it was on. I already told you the Hit 'Em Up story and what happened. I was on a date. The whole thing went to hell. That whole thing with the hill, I had to find the strobe. It was all, everything was going left that day. I'm like, I gotta find the strobe. This just went up. Well, it's a lot of different people on there. Yeah, Nas had those songs. He didn't think they were ever gonna come out because once Pac died, they took all that stuff off. But yeah, he was coming at Pac because Pac was coming at him. So Nas, all these dudes was lying, but at that time, but shoot, you ain't want no, he ain't want no beef with Pac anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never chose to have a beef with Pac. Pac just started dissing him. But here's the thing, Irv Gotti was one of them people that was like F Pac and all them people too. They wasn't riding with Pac. They was riding with Big. That's what they was, Puff and all them. He was riding with Big. He wasn't no Pac guy. The only time he went running on over the death row is when they were getting rolled on by Aftermath. And they would like, we need some allies. That was it. So when they said we need some allies, they went to death row. They went to Suge. So when they went to Suge, you know what I'm saying? They went over to Suge. Suge was trying to get Irv out the way and take Ja Rule for himself. Irv was too stupid to realize what was going on because he was all caught in the moment. He out there, yeah, this is a moment. This dude was out there with Preem. He and Hollis wearing Preem shirts. Then Preem gets locked up. Now everybody like, whoa, I don't really know him. You see what I'm saying? They were wearing Preem team shirts instead of Murder INC shirts in the video. And see, they from Hollis, Queens. Hollis dudes don't really like Southside Queen dudes. So it's like, what is you doing? Like, Irv is from Hollis. Okay, they from Hollis. They don't like Southside Jamaica Queens. And over there in that area, they don't get along with Hollis dudes. Like, there is it's like oil and water. Like Phil said, we don't mix. The fuck is the matter with you? Fifth, no, because Jam Master Jay used to manage him. So he don't even go that route. That guy used to manage him. He would he'd be like, man, I can't go up there to the studio, man. It's rough. Like, dog, he got to go to Hollis to the Jam Master Jay studio, dog, to get up out of there. It's like, dude, these people look, they could tell a Southside dude. Like, one of the guys is out there, he was straight, like, man, y'all from Southside. I can smell y'all Southside. And he was like, man, these dirty, broke, busty, bummy Hollis Queens, nigga. Like, dog, it's different energies. Hollis is more grimy than it's ever expected. Like, y'all see Run DMC and all that. That's mostly Hollis. That's what you think about with them. But they rugged. They some rugged dudes up in Hollis, boy. They'll do you dirty. If you ain't paying attention, they'll do you dirty. Right. He trying to portray like he was Suge. He has no power. Never had no power like Suge. All he was doing was trying to tell record executives to block record rappers from getting deals, like affecting 50 Cent. Like, we gonna shut him out. If you just left the dude alone, but he know he couldn't leave him alone. Irv is a producer. You know, Dame is a businessman. He's an innovator. When they let all the other stuff get in the way, the ego, and don't focus on what they're good at, that's where they go wrong. Both of them suffer from the same infliction, and it hinders them. You can bring them money. You can give them everything you want. This dude then sold his doggone masters for $300 million. Now he feel he back on. Fool, you just sold your masters for $300 million. Do you know if they gonna give you $300 million for your masters, how much do you think they finna make off the damn masters? You bastard. That's why people work to get their masters and own that. Because they know how important it is. I love when people tell me, you ain't from here, you don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know people from New York. Like, I've never been to New York. Like, I'm like, I don't know how people even live in New York. I don't like the smell. I don't like New York. I was in Jersey, and I was at the Newark airport and said, I do not like New Jersey because of Newark airport. I was like, that's it. I'm through. This poor airport don't make no sense. Y'all streets don't make no sense. Jersey just don't make no sense. I don't even know why it exists. That's how I was with Jersey. I was like, this needs to just go. Jersey gotta go. I'm just through with Jersey. They can get rid of Jersey. It was a chick in Jersey bad. I told y'all, bad Dominican. It's Jersey. I just can't deal with it. I mean, they got like exit on 137JF321. I'm like, huh? Is that a real street? Like what the hell going on here? Make a turn there on 378812D34F. I'm like, am I joking? I'm not joking. They actually have this on the streets, like a road. I'll be like, dog, call it the Jameson. Call it any damn thing. What the hell is these goofy ass numbers and letters for? They don't mean nothing. Man, I'm mad as hell, man. Jersey don't make no sense. Yeah, New York's rat would destroy a Chicago rat in a minute. New York City rat, for real. That ain't movies. That's a real rat. That's like a possum. Them things about like this big. And they be in the streets at night, like just hitting the sewers up, like yeah. That's because it's like no alleys in New York. All the trash is in front of the house. You know, it's like, this is weird. There's no alleys. So all the trash is like right there in front of the damn house. So the first thing you do is smell all the trash when people got to walk up to the front of your house. I'm like, this is dumb. Trash supposed to be in the back of the house. So people don't have to smell that when they walking into the front of the house. This whole thing is just backwards. It just don't make no sense. I was like, this just don't even make sense. Who designed it? alleys. Like what the hell going on around here? Man, I was so confused with New York, but Jersey really got to go. Newark, I've only really been to Newark. Newark got to go. They got to start that over. They got to rebuild the whole New Jersey. Yep. So what Gotti did, getting back to him, now y'all got me talking about this doggone. Oh, Texas is crazy. Texas is going down too. Dog, Texas didn't turn into damn Los Angeles. They didn't turn to South Central Los Angeles. Dallas, Texas, and Houston, Texas are the two worst places probably on the planet. It's getting worse by the hour. By another hour, it's gonna be crazy. Dallas is a whole new area that nobody want to see. It's like the OK Corral. Bloods and Crips start slapping and shooting in Dallas. Yeah, how did that happen? Now it's Dallas. It's just like Compton. Yeah, y'all, Dallas. They want to be like Compton. Shoot. Man, I'm like, are you crazy? That's right. Hit the super chat for that. Man, Texas, it'd be like 120, and people will be still, they so used to it being like 120, they just know how to just navigate through it. They don't even sweat. They be out there, yeah, man, yeah. So I was going out there to the club and all that. They'd be out of town and be like, God damn, get this heat off me. You ain't hot. No, it was warmer than it was yesterday. What was about 130 yesterday? Yeah, about 130 yesterday. Man, that was pretty hot. Yeah. But no, we good, man. Just you got a wet towel. Yeah, put a wet towel around your neck. Yeah, you good, man. Get your cold towel, throw it around your neck. Yeah, you be cool. Man, cool your neck off. And like I was saying. Now, so she came down. They don't care about that. Well, Charlotte, yeah. But, Carolinians, y'all some sneaky people. Y'all like to sneak people. And y'all friend them and pat them on the back, hug them, and next thing you know, do them dirty. Y'all some foul. Carolinians is foul, man. I'll be like, dog, you just ate at my house. That's Carolinas, man. I'm telling you, most of my family moved down there, and it was the shiesty ones. All the shiesty was like, hey, I kind of like Carolina. They went into a family reunion down there. He's like North Carolina. It's kind of more South Carolina than North Carolina. They don't really do that in North Carolina as much. But South Carolina, yeah. South Cracker-Lacka. Shiesty. Shiesty. Y'all some shysters, boy. Good Lord. I ain't never seen that. It's like, dude, what you doing them dirty for, dog? You just ate at his crib. He was like, shoot, he can cook. I was hungry. So I was like, I'm gonna at least get some meal for him before I do him dirty. Let him cook. Give me a nice good meal. Eat over here. Yeah, I come back and do him dirty a little later. Them ribs was fire, man. Dude could cook. God bless him. But he had to go. I was like, man, these people crazy, man. I tell you, these people are nuts. Now, let's get back to Dame and this dude here when he was talking about Pac. Now, the reason why he's doing that because of his affiliation. Now it's cool to talk about Pac. So that's why he wanted to ride with that. But let's roll over to his new story he told. His new story, well, he really kind of told it before, but he believes, oh, I blew it with Nas because we was doing the show right. We got the 3 tour buses, Nas, Ashanti, and Ja, we gonna do the Baltimore show. And I'm like, yo, we gonna drive the Bentleys and just ride them through just ride them through Baltimore, right? And hit up B-more. And then we gonna all be eating some chicken and just pull up in the hood. Man, that's gonna be a moment that ain't never been done before. And he was like, nah, I said, but what if we get killed? Man, F that. We be martyrs then, man. He's like, that's why I lost him. Nas was saying that to you because he was trying to get you to see how stupid you sounded. He wanted you to understand it. That's why he said, so what if we get murdered? Hoping that your brain will figure out how stupid everything you just said was. Pulling up in a Bentley in the ghetto, eating some chicken is what? What is that doing for them? You're not even observing what Nas has done since then. You're not even listening to his records. How could I tease them with Benzes and show no remorse? Flying through the lobby flashing with all these stones, red stones, black stones, blue ones, and black ones. What did I expect? In a bubble Lex. You see? Right. B-more's the wrong place. Irv is not a street guy. Once again, talking about we gonna have 50 goons with us. We gonna have 50 goons with us. What's the problem? And Rue was with me like, yo, yeah, man, F Def. Yeah. Nas knew right. He's like, yeah, he knew he couldn't deal with us no more. I wouldn't have dealt with you either after that. It explodes to me how stupid you are because you're not a street dude. B-more dudes don't like New Yorkers. Period. That's why you're not a street guy. If you're a street guy, you know that, Irv. They don't like New Yorkers because you do stuff like that. B-more don't honor stuff like that. That's why in the county jail that they got right there, New Yorkers are scared to say they from New York because they get rumbled up in there. The B-more cats in that county, any New Yorkers, they normally send them to B-more, to that county jail, and they get rumbled up in there. They check people's mail to see if any mail coming from New York to find out who's a New Yorker. Guys get done mad dirty in there. Now, if you know that, Irv should have known that anyway. If you're a street guy, you already know B-more cats is different. They are not moving like that. You're not impressing them by showing them that. That's going to make them want to take it even further. That's just stupid. Everything Irv said on that show pertaining to that and the attitude he had was dumb. Everything he said about it like that was a good look. What look is that? You see what I'm saying? Nas came to Chicago. He moved way different because he was like, I'm not trying to get killed for trying to entertain some people. He had them pull the van up. I still got video from that night. Because his brother and everybody else, we hanging out with Jungle, Young Pretty, all his artists. We all hanging with them. And they was in Nas Lexus or whoever Lexus that was. They was driving state to state, following the tour bus. In the Lexus. Jungle, Nature, all of them. And then they kept asking me for weed. And I'm like, dog, you just told me you asked me 5 minutes ago that I have some weed, and I told you no. And that's when they had the Lil Wayne diss song, Rockabye Baby. Rockabye Baby. Y'all ain't never heard that song probably. Rockabye, rockabye baby. What he said, he's like, man, what he said, rockabye baby. Nigga shooting and hit a little baby. Oh, man, the world gone. He's like, and Lil Wayne kiss baby. What the fuck? These niggas didn't went crazy. I'm up in the hood. I'm flipping pies, baby. My big brother doing songs with Jay-Z. I got an S550 and they drive crazy. Hit this chick, now she trying to have my baby. I ain't the daddy. I was like, man, that song was hitting. I was like, man, Jungle was killing that song. Yeah, they had a problem with Lil Wayne at the time. That's why a DJ song. And I played that. I did the truth behind that. Because a lot of people didn't catch that. And Quan had just came home. And they was giving it to him. Yo, I just got out of a helicopter. Man. Throw Patron in your face, put a lighter to it. You blew up. Homie, you ain't new to this. Man, it was... My boy Quan just did 7 years. You think he got time to hit his bulls from you, Quinn? We gonna wrap y'all, trap y'all up in a hole. And if y'all hoes, because y'all niggas don't want that static. Man, they was giving it down. Atlantic City. No, I went to the boardroom. I went to Lou DiBella thing. Man, I know, man, and it's crazy because so many people, man, they got so much stuff mixed up, messed up. It's all over the place. For real. I'm serious on that. It's all over the place. So he think that's what, like, I lost Nas right then and there. Nas is finna sign with us. Irv Gotti. Let me tell you something. Maybe you believe that in your mind is where it went left. That means it went left from him hanging and dealing with you. You all were peons that were used in a negotiation plan to get more money. Columbia had to come with more money. Oh my God. Irv, you were used to hurt Jay-Z. Nas used you guys to hurt Jay. That's what he was about. He was about hurting Jay. That was what it was all about. Now you the guy who made Super Ugly for Jay-Z. You produced that record. That's what Dane was like. Why is this dude involved in this? Like, he don't have, this is not what he do. Why would you go to Irv Gotti for something like that? Irv is going to get all hyped just because, oh, this is going to be a big moment. Now, Ether's a big record. Now, my record, I'm for the producer, this for to be large. And he didn't make the beat. Now he don't want no credit for it. Like Dame called, he's like, man, I told him, man, don't get involved in Rockefeller business. You know, like, don't do that. Don't come over here messing this up. That record is terrible. Super Ugly. Yeah, that record was terrible. Jay wasn't prepared. Jay went through about 50 verses against Nas. He was not ready to respond. He tried to respond the next day, going and recording that song with Dame. And he thought he had the shoe in by, oh, I had his girl. That wasn't going to work. It's like, okay, you got his girl, all right, whatever. Everybody slept with somebody baby moms, like they was like, man, but that was big when Tupac did it. It was different. There was subtext there. There was photos. There was everything to go with that. You know what I'm saying? They was actually had a situation where Pac was shot. He went to jail. All kind of stuff came behind all that. So when he said that, like, yeah, I got y'all back, and that whole thing, that had never been done before. No, a Hit 'Em Up was the first record like that of its kind, where it was that blatantly disrespectful since F. Compton by Tim Dog. I've never heard a song that late, just aggressively angry. Like, No Vaseline was just smooth. That was like slice. That was a smooth slice. This here was the Equinox. So it was entirely different. So that's why it didn't work. Super Ugly was just terrible. It started off with Nas beat, Got Yourself a Gun. That's what Nori was trying to tell you, or you don't even remember the song. That's how bad it was. He was like, nah, I think it was just the Super Ugly beat that was on Dre album. That was the second part of the song. So Irv produced none of really the record, the beat and all that is already old beat. So it's a freestyle. So to say you produced it, you produced what? You took Dr. Dre beat and you took Nas's own beat. What did you produce? It's not really a record. That's a mixtape jam. But it was terrible for Jay. It was a terrible look for him because they're putting that record up against Ether. And it looked like he's just whining and crying. He's basically dissing Carmen the entire song. You dissing Nas or his baby mama. Which one is you doing? And that all backfired on him. And it just made it look worse. He just was not ready. He was not ready. He was still concussed. And he went in there and made that song. And then the next day he was apologizing. I want to apologize because my mom said I went too far. When moms tell you you went too far, then, you gotta, say you went too far. I went too far. No, the song didn't work. That's why your mama ain't never said nothing. Your mama ain't said you went too far when you was disrespecting women on every other song. Now all of a sudden you get your butt whooped. You got a whipping. And now all of a sudden you went too far. No, the song didn't work. So let me tell you, Irv, you got played. You got played, son. And you went over to work with Nas. Then you had Vita do a song with Mobb Deep. And Jay told you, this the last straw. He didn't have it. He didn't have it with you. And you're playing both sides of the fence. And he said, that girl, she was on the Burn record. And he said, if she appears in that video while this dude is coming at me on the record, I'm through with Murder Inc. I'm through with everything Murder Inc. Don't talk to me no more. I'm telling you, don't let her. He's like, Jay, she ain't dissing you on the record. This is a good look for her. Let her do this Mobb Deep video, man. That song is hot. Jay looking like, I want to smack you right now. The Hardy's telling me a song is hot and this dude is coming at me on the song. Like, he dissing me the whole song. This is like, Jay is like, dog, how are you supposed to be my man? And you in here talking about, yeah, this song is hot. Even Vita, this is a good look for her. Dog, the dude is dissing me on the record. Yeah, but it's hot. So you see why Jay did what he did and did that Reebok deal with 50? And he was like, dog, how you gonna do a song with 50 Cent? It's good business, right? Now you see what I'm talking about, right? Now, yeah, it's good business. Yeah, so Irv, but let me tell you, Irv probably really believed that's what did it. No, that's what did it with him like dealing with y'all. He was never signing to Murder Inc. No matter what you thought, he gave you the illusion that that could be the case. Why would he sign with you when he got his own record label? Y'all in the video were wearing Ill Will shirts. They're wearing Ill Will shirts in a damn video, supposedly promoting the unity, like Nas is joining the Murder Inc. It was like that was the theme for the video. Like he's joining them, like, yeah, Murder Inc. and Nas. Yeah, this is unity. And it's coming together. Like he was announcing, like he was going to Murder Inc. And then you see the video, man. You see Irv Gotti's face. His fool sitting there with they got on Ill Will shirts. I'm just like, this dude. You're not signing Ill Will Records, man. You're the label head of once again, you done wore Preem Team shirts, Ill Will shirts, Death Row shirts. Dog, when are you gonna wear some Murder Inc. stuff? And after John went from all of this to not being Pac, now everything is about Pac, 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 Pac. Everything was about Pac after that. Everything, man, rolled like Pac. Everything was about Pac then. He went back ball. Now he really trying to be like Pac. Right. Remember Nas had to tell you about what Murder Inc. really was when he was talking about Anastasia? When he was like, Albert Anastasia, and you ain't know who the hell that was, and he was like, it's Murder Inc. Oh, God, I didn't even know that. How you Murder Inc. and you don't even know about Murder Inc.? That just sounds retarded. You naming yourself out. Oh, I just thought that was just ill because somebody said it and we was like, yeah, it's Murder Incorporated. It was on the round. I'm like, yeah, that's us, baby. Murder Inc. Oh my. I know Nas is like, this is what I got to deal with. This is what I got to deal with. Damn shame. Now, once this was done, Nas was trying to let everybody know. Columbia saw that and realized, oh, Nas is finna sign? How you gonna sign? We still got him under a deal. Nas is like, I'm finna bounce, and they're just gonna have to buy out and come to a compromise or whatever, or y'all gonna have to pay me and re-up. So they paid Nas and got him his money. Is you reading the papers? Nas is crazy, lost his mind. Is he leaving Sony? The ink has got him signed. It's just a figment of your imagination. Went to war with New York's hot radio station. Lost my patience, had to zone out. They are gone and I got the throne now. Yo, Terrain, she'll feel my pain. You too, R&B. Come on, follow me. Say my name. It was all a plot. Y'all look stupid because y'all crossed Jay. Y'all got one song out of Nas. He got his money with y'all. He kicked it with y'all and he was gone. He's like, I can't hang with these goofies. I'm out. They gonna get themselves whacked or something worse. They stupid. So yeah, I can't roll with them. They can't. Yeah, it's cool. We did this. This gonna hurt Jay. He gonna be real pissed, and I'm gonna cause everybody to be around him mad. He gonna be mad at everybody. When the grass is cut, the snakes are show. Had to thank my little homie Nash for that, though, saving me the hassle for speaking to half of these assholes. Now y'all know what was going on. That's what I was trying to inform you guys. You know, I lived this. So I know every aspect of what was going on, and it was crazy. We had good music out of it too, boy. Goodness. Doing all sorts of twisted things with your fingers, disrespecting the game, home training, and manners. I was doing this when you was hitting the Pampers. I was moving them things for you knew what a hand was, ducking the vans, radars, and scanners. Before you knew what hard white or tan was, I was in the home hiking light with the hands. Woo! I had it laid out for you know what a plan was. 300 million later, now you understand us. Y'all ain't see us coming through Vegas. You ever seen so many grand one night? One fight, I was in a Peter Pan bus when y'all was putting Peter Pan up in your room. Now y'all effing with whom? Allow me to retort. You cowards is just now learning the int that we taught. What the hell you know about a Rob report? About a high-speed Porsche, i.e., y'all didn't know how to floss till I came through this door like Eric B. prefers respect me in the You can't disrespect me because you got a little check cut. You've been something so much as messing your little neck up. Now you're too big for your britches. You got a few little you think you me, but you just ridiculous. I blew breath in you midgets. I gave light to the game. It's only right. I got the right to be kidding. Man. Now, here's the thing. That's a Rakim song. let me tell you that right now. This was part of the album that never got completed. Rakim and Dre was trying to work on an album together, and they could never get it to work. And one of the songs they had was The Watcher. Yeah, Eminem did a remix to it. Because Dre got the things just ain't the same for gangsters, but I'm a little too famous to shoot these pranksters. You know, like Jay had wrote most of this stuff for Dre. Eminem used to write for Dre too. So M just did a whole flip of the whole thing and did a freestyle to it. Things just ain't the same for psychos, guns and rifles, sharp knives. I like those. I might OD by the end of tonight's show. I would hit her, but she really is a fat hoe. And it was crazy how he just did it right off the brain. Bap, 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 bap. I mean, now that's common. But back then, you know, he just had the one album. The Marshall Mathers album wasn't even out yet. And that's when I was showing people how his skill level was. Most of y'all never heard that. Y'all never heard the Eminem version of that. So, right. He never, I mean, they couldn't deliver for her. At the time when she was supposed to blow, Gotti had problems with Jay. Because of Ja. Ja ego went through the roof. Him and Jay wasn't really seeing eye to eye. And, you know, they kept going back and forth at each other. DMX is going at Ja Rule because he listening to everybody, plus he's smoking crack, so he's starting to believe it. Man, he's trying to sound like you, man, on all the records. So X is getting mad. And he was like, man, I don't even know, man. We used to be cool. And man, you stop sounding like me, money. Every rhyme, man, I'm hearing it, man, in the records. Man, everybody sound tired of people telling me you sounding like me, man. I'm tired of it. He was, I don't sound like you. I know, man. So stop rapping like me. Yeah, you trying to make your voice, man. You don't even sound like that. Man, you sound crazy. I was like, man, this dude X was mad as hell. He was more mad at the people keep telling. He was tired of people coming up, man, why is Ja Rule trying to do that like you? He got the headband that on like you. And he grabbed Drag on. Yo, this is the only guy that's allowed to sound like me right here. Now, if you see him and you tell me Drag sound like me, I'm gonna be all right. That's my man's. But F Ja Rule. So he was dissing Ja Rule for like 3-4 albums straight. And a lot of people didn't know except for Irv. Irv, like, no, he's not. He's not doing that. He got nothing but respect for you. Man, look, you need to stay out of it, Irv. Man, he wanted to fight Ja Rule over this, man. Ja just had enough. He was like, man, dude, why are you doing this? So when Ja got on top, when X went to make movies, Ja started making albums. Because after the third album, X was at the top of everything. They just started putting him in movies. You know, Jay wasn't doing movies. X was doing all the movies. That's what I'm saying. X was always bigger than Jay-Z. I don't know what people talking about. People, y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. Jay-Z is not a big artist like y'all think he is. It's the illusion that Jay-Z is a big artist. He's not. He's not. He never was a top selling artist like that. Kanye has sold more records than him in less time. He sold 10 million on the first album. College Dropout was 10 million. The second album did like 5 or 6 million. And then Graduation went diamond. Dude, are you crazy? His first 3 albums was insane. He outsold Jay-Z. 50 Cent outsold Jay-Z in 2 albums. His whole catalog was done. He like, I did his whole catalog in basically 3 albums. Jay-Z never was selling records like that. He was selling 2 million, maybe 3 million records. That's it. He was never that guy. He sold 4 million one time. That was the Hard Knock Life. The next album sold like close to 3. Then the other one sold that was the Dynasty. It almost sold 2 million. It didn't really hit 2, but it was like 1 something. Then he came out with Blueprint, and that only sold 2 million. Then the Blueprint 2, that damn thing barely sold 1 million records. That thing's lost so much money because there was a double CD. It was like at 500,000. Now it was at 1 million. They were trying to inflate the numbers. It was doing so bad they had to put out a little shorter disc called the Blueprint 2.1. Who remembers that? Where they just took all the best songs that people like. Def Jam was so mad because this was the first album after the big re-up deal where everybody got the big money for the first time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The S. Carter mixtape brought Jay back to life. No, what brought Jay-Z back was the Black Album. The Black Album, that was his last album, and he was stepping away. So that was him getting everything off. And on the Black Album, he was back treating Kanye West like a worker. So Kanye West is the one that brought him back to life. Because after the Black Album, Dirt Off Your Shoulder, he sold about almost 3 million records off that album. And then he was bowing out. So it was like, okay, he's going to be president of Def Jam. So when he had the momentum, he left. And it was 50 Cent's time. Because that's why he was getting out the game. Because he saw how 50 was coming. And he was like, man, for this dude hit like a storm. So the Black Album came out and 50 Cent was going up against Jay and was like, we ready to rumble with you. And they came out on the same day. They put the album out. He wanted to put the G Unit album out. Irv Gotti, I mean, what's his name? Interscope Records didn't want him to put out the G Unit album. You see, this is why 50 and M is cool to this day, because 50, I mean, he went to Eminem, was like, man, if you want a piece of G Unit Records, man, you know, you got it. You know, because, you know, that's what another record company would do. Like, yeah, we'll do that. And Eminem was like, no, man, you built that yourself. That's all you. You keep that. Because because he had to start Shady Records. He's making more money off of D12 albums and Shady Records albums with Shady, just exclusive Shady Records. He makes more money off those projects than his albums. He gets paid more per album. 50 Cent get paid more on a G Unit album than he does on a 50 Cent album. $50 Cent wasn't even getting 50 Cent a record. He was getting about 5 cents a record. So the problem with Ja Rule and Jay-Z existed like this, y'all, so y'all can know. Ja Rule did an interview, and he indulged some things and said some things he shouldn't have said to Jay-Z. And by him stating in the interview, like, he was talking about his Def Jam contract and what he got, and that he gets paid more than Jay-Z. That's a shot at Jay-Z. And Jay was really ticked off when he heard that. This dude says he's get paid more than me. Like, what is he talking about? And it was true. The statement is true. He signed directly to Def Jam. So by him signing directly to Def Jam, Jay is signed to Rockefeller Def Jam. But Jay is like the owner of that. They have a distribution deal. So he gets a whole different percentage on his album than what Ja Rule would get. But per unit of the album sales, for Jay-Z being the artist. But what he doesn't realize is Jay-Z's being paid as an artist, and he's being paid as a percentage for being a part owner of Rockefeller Records. So there's two different, it's a Sean Carter check for Jay-Z, the artist, and then there's one for, the whole label that he gets a piece of. He has like a 25% of Rockefeller. So that's another deal that he has in place. He's getting more than one. So Ja was right, but was wrong. But by going to the magazine saying that, he was really boasting. And that was the Source. He was on the cover of the Source. He went crazy. He was boasting like way too much. The ego trip was up there. Like, yeah, I'm up there now. And yeah, I'm doing this. So when DMX had his video, Jay-Z appears in the video. And DMX was so mad. Look at all these off-brand niggas rapping, yapping, talking about they be making figures as big as Jigga. That's that bull. That line got X so mad. Look at all these off-brand rapping, yapping, talking about they be holding figures as big as Jigger. That's that bull. Don't you know talking about what you got around me and get you hit? I'm not a nice person. Been to smack this shit out of you twice, dog. That's before I start cursing. Here we go again. Start telling these rap dudes, man, I got no friends. CL Max, if you want it, we got it. Come and get it. Come and be with it. All you gotta do is say it, baby. What they really want. Man. Now y'all know why X said it like that and who he was talking about. Talking about Ja Rule. So Ja Rule heard that record was hidden. Ja Rule still came back on the Murderers album. And he was talking about DMX and Jay-Z. I never thought we could be at a love lost, but you showed me love ain't balls, feel the force. This young horse known as rude and still get more paper than Jigger for my use. And Lord knows, you hoes ain't gonna stop my show. I don't love you hoes, I'm out the door. I'll be running and gunning them down. Leave me or love me now. Anyway, anyhow. You and I together, man, we ride forever. I'll be running and gunning them down. I was like, whoa, man, Rule was mad. So I never thought we could be at a love lost, but you showed me love ain't balls. Feel the force. This young horse known as Rule still get more paper than Jigger for my use. I was like, oh my God. Man, you pussies ain't gonna stop my float. I don't love you hoes. I'm out the door. I was like, oh my God. He went right, he answered that song right back. Ja Rule answered that song right back. He was not backing down. I will give Ja that. He was not going to back down. So now y'all are figuring this out, right? Y'all figured out that Herb was talking a whole bunch of bull crap while he was sitting up there. He's stroking his ego again. He really believing everybody is around and thinking about him. He matters. Irv thing was he didn't stick to his JO. If he'd have stuck to his job and did what he was supposed to do as a producer, he wouldn't be in these situations. You know, Irv was just too much of a fanboy to really understand what it was that was going on. You know, he was always a fanboy. John X couldn't deal with X tried to make that song when he just did it on the fly. Ride out! They won't walk! Yeah, and the Fat Joe thing, I don't consider him my friend no more. Do you think he can? You think Fat Joe care about your friendship? What can you do for Fat Joe, Irv? Fat Joe didn't need you. What did you do for Fat Joe? Are you kidding me right now? Fat Joe went to Miami and put on a pink shirt and joined the Puerto Ricans over there. He was a whole new guy. He went from Fat Joe to gangster to wearing these pink shirts and swimming trunks down in Miami and was a whole new guy. He got with DJ Khaled. Khaled brought him back, not you. That was Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and Khaled with Fat Joe. We take it over. That's when Wayne was killing every freestyle he was on. But this dude's imagination takes over and takes flight. And he just spits it like it's fact. So having Irv Gotti on there really, like it really was messed up. Like his brain, like the things that he remembers that happened is like some of the craziest stuff a human being could ever say. Well, that turned into a bad situation. Y'all don't know. There's a. I'm gonna go and show y'all. They did their own version of Belly, a Puerto Rican version of Belly. Angie Martinez album, because she was cool with Pun and the Terror Squad. So Pun people, Tony Sunshine, and all them dudes, they produced that album right along with Fat Joe and all the rest of them. So when they all fell out after Pun died, it was all, was Pun's money and all this. That's been going on, as you could see, it's been going on for like 30 years almost, like 20 some odd years. And that battle, Cuban Links, the rest of them, they still ain't cool. Now they all in the movie. Fat Joe, Cuban Links, that's the last time you seen them together. Is Irv still Biller after Nelly took Ashanti from him? It's so funny because he's on this show. He's talking about, once again, he's talking about the same thing. He's like, man, like, what is she doing right now? Like, she doesn't even matter. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we don't even need to talk. Why would I be calling her up to have a talk first? Like, she's done. I'm like, done. Once you did your interview, she did about a whole tour with Nelly. Her and Nelly was like, they back together. They got bags lined up for them based off that. And I'm here to let y'all know right now, they fake back together. They're doing it for the bag. They're not in love again. The bag is the love. So people are like, oh, they getting back together, and the fans and all that. So they were like, look, let's work out something. We milk this. Well, I'm just letting y'all know. Because y'all follow me. So I'm letting y'all know. It's a bag relationship. I didn't hear Steph Curry say that. I heard somebody else say Steph Curry said that. But I still haven't heard Steph say it. So, I mean, hell, is he really? A point guard? I mean, he can say he's the best point guard of all times, but is he really a point guard? That should be the conversation. Because Draymond Green is more of the point guard than he is. I've never seen a point guard play off the ball more than they play on the ball. Point guard's job is to play on the ball and distribute and control the offense. He does not call the plays. He does not bring the ball up, calling the shot. No, that's Draymond. Draymond sets the plays. The coach, he looks over at the coach. Coach gives him the play, and he infiltrates that to everyone else. Make sure everybody's in position and know every set that they're running. Distributes the ball, and he gets everything going. And he pushes the ball up. He gets the ball. He brings it up. It's Draymond. So I don't understand. They're in a positionless basketball era right now. Do I think Irv Gotti would change? I don't know. I mean, change to what?
When Jay came at him, he was dealing with his mother dying.
Damn.
So I think that kind of helped
it
fuel that monumental record.
Right.
Yeah. And so Ether comes out. So I'm in my office.
Okay. And it's you who called Jay or Jay called you?
No, let me explain.
Okay, cool.
I'm in my office. I'm minding my business. This nigga Jay is in my office every day.
197 Battle of the Beats? This happens yet? No. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, that happened.
Because that's when people declared that Nas won.
No, that didn't happen because it happened with Super Ugly.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So the nigga is in my office every day. Now, if you know Jay isn't the type of dude that's gonna openly ask for help or openly ask for anything. So every day. So by the third day, I'm like, what's up? I hit him. I'm like, what's up, nigga? Was just fucking with you, was bothering you?
You see, the reason why Mr. Lieber, I stopped doing album versus album is because they really started doing verses after that, and then they stopped like pushing the distribution for them because that was at the time where Leroy Cohen was taking over, and anytime you put up an album, and they just stopped the traffic for those. Period. They just anything with music and all that because YouTube was transitioning to YouTube Music and all that, so they just would kill any video I do with the traffic with that. They do not want me doing album versus albums. Then next thing you know, here come versus battles. I'm just, I'm when you do everything yourself, it's you got a lot of fights going on right now. And I'm like, every day I'm in a fight just so people can see the videos. Every day I'm in a fight. Like I have to personally go and share the videos to people and say, hey, you ain't sent out a video or notification for this. Dude, they know if my videos get out there, it's 600,000, it's 500,000 because they've already done it. I've done millions. They've seen it. I'm probably the only person who has out of all of us who has a video that did 25 million. They can't say that. So a lot of these dudes can't say that. I have a video that did 25 million. So how much revenue you think that was? It's in a movie. My video was used in a movie called Blackfish. They hit me up like, yo, we want to use your video for a movie. And they wanted my permission. Mm-hmm. Um, any more Rick James stories? Oh, on the Patreon, yeah, we got some explosive Rick James stories, and they're on the Patreon. That Patreon Rick James story is incredible. No, Irv Gotti don't think like that. Irv Gotti is telling the story of Jay in his office. That's how Jay does. He hovers and he waits for you to ask him something before he starts talking. And that's what a lot of people have said he's done that before. That was the way he dealt with things. Now, Fat Joe told him the truth. Dude. Who wants to be with somebody who's temperamental like that towards a woman? You made yourself look like a sucker. He's mad Fat Joe said he was a sucker. That's the whole thing. I don't care. I don't consider Fat Joe a friend because he said you was a sucker for coming. You look like a sucker. I mean, Nori should tell you that. Nori should say that right there on the show. He's like, well, Herb, you kind of did look like a sucker. You know, you sitting here crying and whining about a woman that don't want you no more. Because she chose another dude. You a married man. And you embarrassing your wife by coming on this show crying over one woman that don't want you. That you used your power of your doggone situation. That's why she wasn't with you. She wasn't with your fat ass because she loved you. She was screwing you because you was the producer. And then you tried to ruin her career and not let her go, won't let her get her master's and all this craziness because she don't want to sleep with you no more. She blew up. She did that before there was an album out. So now that she's like, well, I don't feel like I have to sleep with you no more. Oh, you ain't like that. But why you ain't tell them about what happened when you had Superhead and you had to give her over to Puffy? Remember, he thought you had Ashanti. Puff thought you had Ashanti, so he was like, yo, is that one of yours? Yeah, send her to me. I'm going to the crib. And you was like, huh? He's like, oh, is that your main girl? Oh, no. It ain't no problem, is it? Oh, no. I'm a sinner. He was mad. He was hurt. He was hurt. He was hurt. Why you don't bring that story up? I want to know why Irv Gotti don't bring that up. Diddy was like, send her to me. Send her to my house. And you sent her. You was mad as hell, but you sent her to Puff. Like, Puff wants you to come to his house. Yeah, he was in love with Superhead. Him and Ja Rule both were smashing Superhead. But Irv started to cuff her. Ja Rule was getting sweated by his wife because she thought Ashanti and Ja Rule was smashing. But it wasn't Ashanti, it was Superhead. But the whole thing, though, it was crazy because Irv ended up cuffing her and like, oh, she mine. And next thing you know, Diddy came and pulled a power move, like, yo, send her to me. Yeah, when the Herb gonna tell that story? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all the whole thing on the Patreon. So if y'all on the Carcito for Life Patreon, Herb know he ain't gonna never bring that up because that's too embarrassing for him. The whole Superhead story is really embarrassing for him. I'm gonna tell you what the soft dude did after that. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a lot of times Puffy was finna whoop Herb. Y'all don't understand. Like when y'all heard about Steve Stout, Herb was finna get it on a couple occasions. He was getting too big. And he made a mistake and told somebody, like, come on, producer, man, Stevie J was the guy, you know, and I'm the new Stevie, I'm the new Puffy. I'm the new Puffy. I'm Puffy. I could put this together. I could produce. When the last time he ain't produced nothing since Biggie? Man, look, he was getting drunk, talking, bragging, doing what? Herb Gotti stuff, right? Talking too much. Wait till you see it on the Patreon. Wait till you hear what happened next on the Patreon. We're going to tell you the whole story. And you're going to see why the Superhead thing really hurt. You're going to see why that really hurt. He wasn't crying. He was crying on the inside. He was mad. Because there was nothing he could do about it. Because he did not want to tell Puff he mine. Because Puff was like, oh, my bad. Is this like your main girl? Hey, Puff is dirty, boy. Puff is a dirty mug, man. Oh, my bad. Is this your main girl? If there's a problem, is this your main girl, then nah, you can forget about it. No, man, no, sinner. Oh, God. Oh, man. Woo. Man. Man. Urban Lorenzo. As I told you, Herb is not a black man. He's Urban Lorenzo. Where did the Gotti come from? Chris Gotti. You guys are not Gotti. You're not mob. That's Chris Lorenzo and Urban Lorenzo. They got two first names. And that's what they was like, man, we don't trust a guy with two first names. Urban Lorenzo and Christopher Lorenzo. Chris was a street guy. And I'm like, this is what I don't understand. These dudes try to portray the image of like they're the bosses. And well, he jumped the gun and made the label and named it Murder Incorporated instead of naming the album Murder Inc. You wanted to name the group Murder Inc. Then he ended up going and incorporating the label and naming it Murder Inc. They did a song together called Murder Incorporated with DMX. And that's the first time Irv heard the name. And it was like, we're going to run with it. I'm going to incorporate that. That's going to be the name of the label. And I'm going to have a group. Y'all going to be a group called Murder Inc. We're going to put that album out.
He had already formulated a plan. Jay ain't never agreed to that. X ain't never agreed to that. So when he still had to come up with that album and then made it a compilation album. But it's like, dog, you screwed up by naming your label Murder, because now eventually that's going to turn the radio stations off. It's murder. It's like, you can't. That's not going to go over well in age. So they rebranded and called it the Ink. The INC, we back. You had to take the murder out of it because it was stupid to begin with. But that's Gotti. He wanted to rush and get something done. Right. Nas ain't stupid. He's not for to join Murder INC, and you was the one that produced Super Ugly. Come on, man. Get out of here. He's using you to hurt Jay. It's another way and get Jay to turn on you and not trust you. That's what he was doing, creating the distrust. Then everybody started to have a problem with Jay-Z. The Rock was breaking in half. Why do you think he said that in the song? And compared to beans, you whack. And compared to beans, you whack. He gave props to Beans on the record and dissed Jay. On the Puffy album that sucked, on that Puffy Forever album, there's a song with Beanie Siegel, Nas, and Puffy. I spit the words that Christ wrote. Evil men sacrifice goats. I sit these notes under oath. I seen people shooting at little kids jump ropes. And that song was crazy. Seen dead bodies covered with flies, and I grab a stick and try to dig in his eyes. I was like, man, this thing was crazy, boy. Every song I'm hearing sound like mine. Nas was getting in there, boy. He was spitting on that. And him and Beans is in there. So that's when Nas and Beans got in there. That's why he said, compared to Beans, you whack. Because he heard Beans spit. But he already knew from the conversations he had with Jay that the problem that he was having with Beans. Beans, I ain't trying to change you. Just give you some game to make the transition from the hits to the fade. But he had already told Nas, man, Beans is never gonna sell more than 500,000 records. He don't get it. Like, this is as far as he gonna go. He knew that. Like, this is the far as I'm gonna go with him. But he gonna get everything he can out of Beans, like creativity, rhyming, everything. That's why State Property came along. It was like, good. Put Beans in charge of that. And that's his group. Now he's got a group. And then, like, he thought Freeway was the guy. When Free came along, the voice. Man, when the time come, when it won't stop, and the phone come, and it won't stop. I could not stand Freeway. I'm sorry. His voice annoyed the living hell out of me. I couldn't deal with it. He's a good dude, but I did not like his songs. That is like, I guess you got to be from Philly to ride with him. I mean,
We hustle up till the sun comes up. We want to talk when the sun comes up. Gonna be a strong winter. I'm in the house and I rock like Jackie Chan above your house, above your van. And me on the stage, yo, I'm this man. Yo, I'm gonna burn the door, 50 shots through the door, and then they coming back with the phone. Mama was flying in the time of my line, and everybody talking on the name while I'm riding. I'm like, I see why he be shaking his head no while he rapping all the time. Cause I'll be like, no, bro, just stop. And no, then the flow don't stop. Everybody remember the show don't stop. Freeway every day, come through, make him pay. I can't deal with this. Man, y'all was in love with that Freeway dude, man. And I tried to tell him, like, man, Cassidy, of course he's a better rapper. I can understand him. I hear what he's saying clearly. Oh, this guy Freeway is like, look, he might be more street than Cassidy, but good Lord, I just never liked the Philly flow. The Philly flow is they would rap the same word over and over and over. The same word. That when hip hop was like, no. And that's why Nas kind of gave him a jab of what Jay was sounding like, because he was starting to do it. He was biting a whole flow. That same word rapping is just crazy. Like Beans do it, all of them. Like boy is a word that they use for like everything over there. Yeah. I hit the block and smack your boy. Hit him with the boy. Oh yeah, oh boy. It's like Petey Crack, somebody you can't trust. Young Chris, yeah, he had flows, but his direction was like all over the place. His freestyle. Yeah, would you buy an album from him? And that's what they were. They were a bunch of freestylers. You know, Skino, freestyler. But would you buy an album? Oh no, the Beans was spilling. That sounds like Beans to me was that general out of all of them. When the Kennecott, you came out with me. That's on cheap. I'm about to take over the city like Philly and John Street. Niggas ask all y'all fiends. They call me Chef Boyard Beans. Baby Crocker, Cook Coke Rock. Woo, the general, baby. He was getting it done. Yeah, and Prodigy called Jay-Z, called a radio station and was talking to Jay-Z. And then that's when, what's the name, got on the phone. And once dude got on the phone, it was over. Money bags, because they had to do H money bags up there. And I don't know if that was G to K, But I think they changed his name to G to K and was like, dude, well, you better stop playing with me, man. Dude, you like E Moneybags was definitely for real. And he was mad as all out hell. He was real mad. E Moneybags was mad as hell at what Jay did. He got a guy up there, H Moneybags. You playing with me? You know how I get down, man. You know I ain't about no game. Like, this dude was definitely hot. And Jay was like, man, do what you gotta do then. Holler. Holler. Say no more. Holler. Holler. He was like, all right, say no more. I was like, oh, all right. Because Prodigy called him first. It's like, yo, Don, are you serious right now, man? You know what this is. Woof. And man, E Moneybags took the phone out of his hand like, dude, you know me. You playing with me, man? He was like, who is this? Who is this? man, you know this Moneybags, man. Who the hell you got up there trying to be me? Boy, you playing with me, man? I was like, man, you know how I get down. Like, man, and it's funny, if you listen to the whole thing, Jay get off the phone, he come back over there, he was like, yeah, they just called. I hung up on them, man. I told him, just hung up on them dudes, man. I told them to come on and look, whatever, holler. I was like, dude, you playing with Moneybags. Moneybags, rest in peace, man. That dude was a straight shooter. He was what they call a live Negro. That was him. Jay was playing a dangerous game, and he knew it too. Jay was hiding. So when you hear Irv Gotti say stupid, like he said, Jay-Z created that by himself. He created that all by himself. He didn't need no help. I said, that's it, man. We got to get him out of here. For real, they gotta find a way to get rid of some of these people, man. Mm-hmm. Man, no. On the Patreon, we already. I told you I'm gonna fill in the rest of the gap over there. We already talked about Neil Long and that situation that happened. I might bring it one day to the website so everybody else can see it. But we'll see. You know. Other than that, yeah. Dame is and him are never gonna get along. But Jay-Z didn't build that on his own. Only thing he told the truth about is after Hard Knock Life blew up, I told you I knew that because the publicist, this lady who wanted to get in touch with Jay, and she was like, should I talk to Dame? You know, because Dame was presenting himself as Jay-Z's manager at the time. And he was like, nah, you can talk to me. She was like, oh, okay, because I thought Dame was the guy. He was like, no, you talk to So Jay was getting his own team set up. So that was Jay's people. Like Mariah Carey and Jay-Z, man, that was a whole different situation back then. No, they weren't sleeping together. Was Dame sleeping with her? I don't think Dame was sleeping with her. At that time, she was like Puffy had her and was working with her. She had just split up with Tommy Mottola, and I remember what's his name said they had just helped her out with her album to get her on her feet, the Honey album. Yeah, well, that's what gave them the other publication and distribution deal for their Wu-Tang records. Because they already had a record deal with Loud Records, but they wanted to put out the other artists as well to the record label. And this is when the group was splitting up, and a lot of these dudes weren't self-sufficient. Like, You God kills me, dog. I hear You God talk, and it's just like he just don't get it. It's like, dog, you were not a solo artist, dog. Come on, you're not. You're just not, dog. Nobody was running this to the body You got out. You were a complimentary six. You was the beatbox guy. It's like, stop. I mean, if you'll be around that many great minds, yes, you might come up with a 16 bars that be strong. Oh no. College Dropout did 4 million. Are you crazy? College Dropout sold 10 million records, sir. Oh, Carwin Thomas. I don't know what they done told you. Those numbers you're reading is not the actual numbers. Hard Knock Life did like 4 million. Overall, it's probably maybe it hit 5, but it definitely no. And he said Blueprint 3 did 3 million. Blueprint did 4 million. Blueprint did not do 4 million. Dynasty did 2.5. Nah, I don't think it did. Those the inflation of numbers. Jay-Z sold more records than DMX and 50 Cent. Look it up. I don't think so, bro. 50, 50 did basically his entire catalog in 3 albums. If you look at the numbers, Get Rich or Die Trying, so what, 15 million records? The Massacre sold another 10 million, or what, 6, 7 million. So that's like 17 million records right there alone. Then the third album went like almost triple platinum, almost 3 million from the gate. Like, what are we even talking about right now? Oh no. Oh, the interview I did with LeBron and all that. Yeah, I remember that. But it's an insult to put LeBron and Michael Jordan in the same conversation. That's how I'm saying. It's like comparing me to LeBron James. Oh no. There's never been as many like failures if you've seen a lot of people who reached out to people across the planet and made decisions. No. See, what people don't realize is I remember when guys were out there really doing it, like guys who was out there training, guys who was out west rapping. And I remember Irv Gotti and Dame Dash both they never really jailed at all. He kind of looked at him. Dame is from Harlem. He's a hustler, so he's been around hustling. He's a smart man, so he knows Irv Gotti is just a producer. So right. Well, when you know somebody's just a producer, that's the only thing. That's the only thing you're gonna see. No. Um, there's always been there's always been people who knew better when it came to hip hop. Like these dudes is all sleeping with these women that was producing songs. Well, there was a lot of people that weren't like us. You know, they didn't have the same. They didn't have the same flair. They didn't have the same tenacity. They didn't have the same energy or whatever you wanted to call it. They didn't have it. I told you, it was a lot of rappers in the city that just didn't have it. Oh, that's why I didn't see it because it was on Dude's podcast. No, I didn't see it. So now this is the first time I heard where it was from. That's why I didn't see it. No, it's a lot of people that they didn't understand what it was like to be like a somebody back in the day. You know, like we would sit there and do stuff back in the days that in hip hop, like there was always a place to go in hip hop. If you wanted to make a song, not make a song, or people had a studio, but nowadays studio times and all that stuff is gone, bro. Like studios is done. Like nobody's checking for the studios no more. Yeah, I mean, if the it's the way you look at things, you know. The way I see it is always different. The way it moves, the way the energy is. But like record studios and all that stuff is gone. Like people recording in their own house now. The sound quality ain't the same. Now all these people who was running the studios, those six-figure jobs that's gone. People don't know nothing about engineering, so they try to do it themselves, and they don't using a computer, and it just sound all sloppy, you know. So for me, I never understood why people move that way. I'm glad you brought that up, but I never understood why people move that way. People seem to get a relish in the fact that they feel that they're always right, and they relish in those moments. And saying, "This is it. This is the moment. I got it now." It's like, really? You really want it that bad? All right. No. I never felt like these people got it right. No, 50 came and Puff wanted to own Fifth. Like, man, once Fifth blew, he want to run with 50 Cent because he want to get a piece of 50. Like, yo, I'm going to dress you up. I'm going to buy you this. And Fifth is too soft side Jamaica Queens. You ain't gonna dress him up and buy him clothes. And he's like, look, dog, I don't do that. No, what the hell you talking about?
Straight gunny shit, nigga. All shit, you know. Hey, yo, Slay, slow it up one time, son. Slow it up one time.
Yeah.
Do it like this, man.
This is when Jay-Z then went up to the radio station.
That gunny shit, nigga. But when I ride, would you snitch or would you do the same? Okay, let's get it going on. Families born, mothers grieve, motherfuckers bleed. Talking about it's just rap music. It's blood sport. I run your ass about.
It's just rap music. That's what P is talking about. A lot of people never heard this. P talking about Jay-Z.
Okay, let's get it going on. Families born, mothers grieve, motherfuckers bleed. Talking about it's just rap music. This is blood sport. I run your ass about New York. I make it hard for you to party. Best stay up underneath the money cover police son. You talking. We in the club dancing over your shit. You in the crib because you scared to palm heads and you should be. Come on, man, enjoy your success. Don't challenge my strength or poke out the chest. There's no amount of dollars that can keep you safe. There's no turning back now. Eat this on your plate. Yeah, nigga, bitch.
Man, P was ready. And he's right. Let me remind y'all what's going on. Remember I told y'all about E-Money Bags? And what was going on? Jay-Z wasn't coming outside. When that album hit, he was ghost. When he had the Mobb Deep P, when he just P like that, P was in New York everywhere. Jay-Z didn't even show up at the Source Awards. He was scared. He was scared. Jay was supposed to perform at the Source Awards. He pulled out because he was like, how y'all gonna let Mobb Deep come up in there like that? They came in with like 50 dudes. Who gonna tell them they ain't coming in? P got on there, they presented an award. They was there to present an award. And they got up there on the mic, and Prodigy grabbed the mic and said, yeah, Jay-Z's a bit. And the audience was just like, why is he saying that? And everybody was like rolling. Everybody else was like, damn. Oh man. They was like, man, they Mobb Deep. They finna come in deep. And they looking for Jay-Z. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you at the Source Awards. He was already had that date circled. I'm gonna catch you at the Source Awards. I'm getting at this nigga. Fuck you think y'all better get around on that nigga. Y'all catching it too. Well, that's when the H&I-C album had dropped. Like right before Jay-Z popped that, man, Jay came off. When the H&I-C album didn't pop off like it was supposed to, I sold what your whole album sold in my first week. Because the H&I-C album, boy, he going in on Jay like, man, heavy on that album. Tupac killed Prodigy. I wouldn't go there, bro. I ain't gonna say that. You better go listen to Drop a Gem on him. Sick and tired. He rap guys, his faggots, his pin shut eyes. Man. Man. It was brutal. Flashback to the house, you got scuffed it in. You would think getting your headshots enough for then. Now you want to go in my team. Must have been drunk when you wrote that. Too much you had to do it to your own self. My battalion retaliate. I have the whole New York State aiming at your face at the gate. Bottom line on top soon as you came through. Shots blew. Don't even know half of my crew. I got 100 strong niggas ready to rock you in your days. His fucking number and low digits. He looks suspicious. Suspect niggas bitches get chopped up. Grade 8 beat something delicious and pays back up. 2 G's, work the stitches to reconstruct your face and learn how to speak again. My bomb was like a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans with bangers the size of African spears. Was warfare in the arena. We turn arenas into the house of horrors. It's terror dome. When you see my clip, you need to run behind shit. You got a gat, you better find it and use that shit. Think fast and get reminded. The robberies in Manhattan. You know what happened. 60 G's worth of gun clapping. Who shot you? You probably screamed louder than the opera. New York got you. Now you want to use my mob as a crutch? What, you think you can't get bucked again? Once again? Are you kidding me? Prodigy bro, man, P brought that heat. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what you talking about. P was coming with it. Dog, I'm telling you, man, if that thing didn't happen and we lost Pac and that was out, that was finna get hot. That was finna get super hot. Yeah, shoot. That ain't hurt Pac because he passed away. So that the song was already out and released. That was the lead single of the album. Bomb First. I mean, that Bomb First can't touch that. Are you kidding? Did you just hear that verse? Did you just hear what that man said in that verse? Good Lord. You think Bomb First wasn't even that. That was just like like one, he was just touching everything. He wasn't really coming at Mobb Deep or Prodigy on that. Mobb Deep wonder why a nigga blow them out this time. Grown folks talking, boy, close your mouth. That was on, what's his name? Guess All Live. No, Pac was gonna have his hands full with Pete. I'm gonna tell you on the rap tip, yeah, he's gonna have some problems with Pete. I don't know why people down that pen game, but Pete was spitting. New York style get born now. What are you talking about? Did you just hear what the man just said? That's what I'm just saying. Did you just hear what the man just said? He laid it out. He was dead, man. Dude, that beat was crazy. Baby, I'm cold. Baby, I'm cold. Drop a gem on him. Ooh, wait. Even Havoc got in on it. Yeah, it's two knocked. Got knocked out the box and got raped on the aisle like you officially got kicked that thug and Vibe magazine on some love. Yeah, keep it real. You don't know who you fucking with. All right. Yeah, I'm like, man, it was that song when Drop a Gem came out, we was woo. It's on. I was like, man, they better get together because it's up. Drop a Gem on them just dropped. Shoot. Drop a Gem on them was serious. Serious. I got Jews. Infinite, son. I was like, shoot, dude. They had songs they left off the album because of that. But that was severe, man. Pac is more direct, and he's more of an artist. Like his artistry, like he could do any type of records. Like Prodigy can't make no love record. I can. Yo, you got my back, baby. You killing my shells for me. You know I love you. You've been down since day one. It's not gonna flow well. Pac could make Dear Mama. He could make Keep Your Head Up. Like Prodigy can't make a Keep Your Head Up. He ain't gonna make no Dear Mama like that. He just can't transition into that type of record. That's what I'm saying. Pac is more of an artist, but don't F with him either. Because he gonna bring it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring the thunder. So that's what the whole thing was, and we got robbed of all that by some gang hit. You know what I'm saying? Just ridiculousness. And that then robbed us of great hip hop records. Because boy, we was gonna get a treat. Prodigy would have made Dear Bullets. We ain't even come to fight tonight. All right, they finna drop an ad right now. Don't trip. I ain't going nowhere. They just drop an ad. That's what I'm saying. Like lyrically, he can't mess with. Like lyrically, they can't mess with like Big, like Biggie and them. Like no, it can't happen. B. Oh, okay, Lee. Got the YouTube premium. That's what's up. No, it was some animal about to get popped. That's what was going on. So I had the Roscoe on me. And clowns calling me at 5 in the morning. What's wrong with these people, man? Mm-hmm. No, it was something about the door. It was an animal. I guess it's some type of fox. He's trying to catch one of the rabbits out of my house, but he gonna catch a slug because he's setting off. He's setting off the alarm, and he's setting off a whole lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. No, Big was supposed to do a song with Mobb Deep, and Big pulled out of it because Gaddafi was in charge. Tragedy Gaddafi. Big wanted to get on that track and spit. Puff was holding him back. Dollars and Cents. What, Dollars and Cents? That album? Pac is from New York. Pac don't rap like a West Coaster, dog. Pac don't rap like a West Coast rapper at all. He don't have a West Coast style at all. His whole flow basically is New York. Really? Dame was there for a ride is a wild statement. I know that is a wild statement. That was kind of crazy. He said that, but I know he just want to sit a shot at Dame by trying to. It's just like the same way you would hurt Herb by discrediting him, saying, "Well, Herb he wasn't in there making the records. Somebody else was producing the records. Wasn't really Herb." Discredit him like that and you discredit Dame, that's how you really hurt Dame's feelings. And you get a Dame player like, I don't care. He can say what he want to say, but he don't want to be discredited. None of these dudes do. Oh yeah, shouts out to Mace and Cameron. Negotiating a bag, a major bag. That's good. Well, that's what you do. Well, that's what you do, you know. When you want something, you work hard for it, you get rewarded for it. Straight like that. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. I don't know about 30 million. I don't really know about all that, but and hey, you have to wait and see. But congratulations to them brothers. They worked hard enough. They earned it, and they did that in 8 months. So that means this other podcast should be doing more than that, right? They've been doing it about the same amount of time. So they should have had that deal or more, right? But we ain't gonna say nothing. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.